You meet someone new, you want to talk, and suddenly every English word disappears. You smile, you panic, and your brain says, "Not now." Sound familiar? Hey everyone, I'm Robert. Welcome back to Daily English Insights. Today, we're diving into one of the hardest but most important skills in real-life English, starting a conversation. You see, hello looks simple, but for many learners, it feels huge. Let me tell you a story. A few years ago, one of my students, Hannah, moved to Canada for work. She told me, "Robert, I can read English well, but I can't make friends." One night her co-worker invited her to a small party. She wanted to go, to practice English, to meet people. But when she got there, she froze. A friendly guy walked up and said, "Hey, nice to meet you." She smiled nervously and replied, "Yes, me also happy." Then silence. In her head she had hundreds of words, but in real life, nothing came out. Later she told me, "I knew what to say. I just didn't sound right." And that's the key. She wasn't missing grammar. She was missing rhythm, tone, and confidence. Let's look at that moment again, but this time with small changes that make a big difference. Robotic version, Guy. "Hey, nice to meet you." Hannah. "Yes, me also happy." Flat tone, no rhythm. Natural version, Guy. "Hey, nice to meet you." Hannah. "Hey, nice to meet you too." Smiling tone, matching energy. Did you hear it? The second one feels alive. It's not about words. It's about connection. That's what real conversation is. Not a test, not grammar practice, but human rhythm. Let's try a few lines together. Say them after me 3 times, once slow, once natural, once confident. "Hey, nice to meet you." "How's it going?" "So where are you from?" Shadowing like this, repeating with emotion and tone, teaches your mouth how to feel friendly. But many learners avoid this step. They think fluency means big vocabulary, but in real life, fluency means natural energy. It means you can say small things beautifully. Think about it. When you meet someone new, do they remember your grammar? No. They remember how you made them feel. That's why small talk feels big. Because it's not about small words. It's about building trust. Now let's go back to Hannah. The next week, we practiced together. She shadowed real conversations every morning. Short, simple greetings with natural rhythm. We used podcasts, YouTube clips, and even recorded her own voice. She focused not on what she said, but how she said it. 1 month later, she went to another party. The same situation happened. Someone smiled and said, "Hey, nice to meet you." But this time, Hannah replied confidently, "Hey, nice to meet you too. How's it going?" The conversation didn't stop. It started to flow. They talked about food, music, travel, simple things. But this time, she sounded real, not rehearsed. That's what shadowing does. It turns awkward pauses into natural rhythm. Let's break this idea down with contrast framing, grammar-focused thinking. I must say everything perfectly. Result: silence, pressure, and lost confidence. Connection-focused thinking. I just want to sound friendly and present. Result: conversation, laughter, and comfort. So how do you build that feeling? You train your voice to relax. When you shadow English, not just listening but repeating, you train your tone memory. Your brain starts to match how native speakers use rhythm and energy. You stop sounding like a textbook and start sounding like you, but in English. Here's a quick exercise. Say this line slowly. "How's it going?" Now again with a smile. "How's it going?" And once more with relaxed rhythm. "How's it going?" You just learned how tone can change everything. The first sounds formal. The second sounds friendly. The third sounds real. That's the goal. Not to copy accents, but to match rhythm and emotion. Remember, when you meet new people abroad, everyone feels a little nervous, even native speakers. But the difference is, they keep talking. They let the conversation move. If your goal is to make friends in English, start small. A warm hello, a simple question, a little curiosity. That's enough to open the door. Because friendship doesn't start with perfect sentences. It starts with brave ones. So next time you're in that situation, maybe at a cafe, at work, or while traveling, try this three-step method. Smile first. Confidence begins with your body, not your grammar. Say one simple phrase clearly. Hey, nice to meet you. Ask something small. So how's it going? That's all you need to begin. And if it feels awkward, good. That means you're practicing in real life. Every hi, every nice to meet you, every how are you is a brick in your fluency wall. Keep building, one small talk at a time. Because your English doesn't grow from studying words. It grows from using them with people. So, when you meet someone new abroad, remember Hannah's lesson. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present. Now that you've said hello with confidence, let's learn how to keep the conversation alive. So you've said hello. You smiled. You started small talk. And now comes the hardest part. Keeping it going. This is the moment when most learners freeze. The first few seconds feel okay, but then your brain starts shouting, "What do I say next?" Don't worry. Today, you'll learn exactly how to move past that fear and turn short, awkward chats into real conversations that feel alive. You don't need big words or perfect grammar. You just need energy, curiosity, and rhythm. Let's start with your first tool. Active listening made easy. When people think about good speaking, they focus on words. But real connection begins with listening. Think about it. When someone talks and you nod, smile, and react, they feel heard. And when they feel good, they want to keep talking to you. That's where active listening comes in. You don't just hear, you show you're listening. Here are your magic words for that. Really? That's cool. No way. Oh, I see. Say them out loud 3 times with me. First, slow and clear. Then natural. Then confident. Really? That's cool. No way. Now, feel the difference between flat and alive. Flat response. Person A. I went to Paris last summer. You? Okay. Silence. Engaged response. Person A. I went to Paris last summer. You. Really? That's cool. How was it? See? That one small change transforms silence into flow. When you use these small reactions, you create emotional rhythm. You show interest. And that's what keeps English alive. Shadowing tip. Record yourself saying, "Really?" in 3 ways: curious, surprised, and happy. You'll notice that tone speaks louder than grammar. Finding common ground. Once the conversation starts flowing, your next step is to connect. We all like people who make us feel understood. You don't need deep topics. Just find something small you both enjoy. Here are a few simple questions that work everywhere. Do you like it here so far? What kind of food do you usually eat? Have you traveled a lot? These are friendly, open, and easy to answer. Let's look at a short dialogue. You. So, do you like it here so far? New friend. Yeah, it's great. But the weather is crazy. You. Ha, I know. 1 minute it's sunny, the next it's raining. That's connection. Simple, natural, human. Now shadow this exchange 3 times. First, slow. then natural, then playful. Add laughter, a smile, a real voice. See how energy changes everything? Here's the contrast. Wrong version. So, do you like it here so far? Monotone. Okay. And right version. So, do you like it here so far? Yeah, I love it. That's cool, same here. The secret isn't grammar, it's vibe. And the more you ask small questions like these, the more your English becomes a bridge, not a test. Sharing small stories. Once you've found common ground, it's time to add a bit of you. You see, conversations are like ping pong. Both people take turns. So when someone shares something, share back. You don't need long stories. Just one or two sentences. Something true, simple, and personal. For example, I got lost on my first day here. I tried local food yesterday. It was amazing. I met my first friend at a bus stop. These small stories are gold. They make you real. Let's practice one together. I tried local food yesterday. It was amazing. Repeat 3 times. Calm, excited, confident. Now imagine this mini dialogue. Friend, do you like the food here? Yeah. I tried local food yesterday. It was amazing. Friend, nice. What did you try? You just created a flow. Compare that to this. Flat version. Do you like the food here? Yes. Stop. That's where conversations die. Fluent version. Do you like the food here? Yeah, I tried local food yesterday. It was amazing. That's where connection begins. So when you share stories, don't worry about being interesting. Just be honest. People remember your feeling, not your grammar. Using filler and transition phrases. Now let's talk about something that makes you sound really natural. Fillers and transitions. Native speakers use them constantly. They connect ideas smoothly, like bridges between thoughts. Here are a few you can start using today. You know what I mean? Anyway, that reminds me of, by the way, let's shadow them 3 times. You know what I mean? Anyway, that reminds me of, now watch how they work in conversation. You. The trains here are always late. Friend. Haha, yeah. You know what I mean? Yesterday I waited 20 minutes. You. No way. That reminds me of when I lived in Italy. Same problem. It sounds casual and flowing, right? That's what natural English feels like. Contrast that with a robotic version. You. Trains are late. I waited 20 minutes. It was bad. Technically correct. Emotionally empty. Adding small connectors turns mechanical English into living English. So next time you talk, don't be afraid to pause and use fillers. They give you time to think and make your speech sound relaxed, not rushed. Phrase bank number 2. Friendly reactions. Let's add more phrases that keep the conversation warm and friendly. Repeat these with energy and tone. That's awesome. I totally get you. Yeah, same here. Oh wow, that must have been funny. Shadow each 3 times. Feel how your voice lifts slightly at the end. That's friendly English. Now let's test it in a short chat. Friend. I missed my train this morning. You. Oh no, that must have been stressful. Friend. Yeah, I had to run all the way here. You. Haha, I totally get you. I've done that before. That's how you build connection. Small emotional exchanges that show empathy. You're not just talking in English. You're talking with someone. Mini role play and shadowing challenge. Let's put everything together in a short scene. Scenario. You meet a new friend at a cafe abroad. Friend. Hey, mind if I sit here? You. No, go ahead. Friend. Thanks. So, where are you from? You. I'm from Korea. How about you, friend? I'm from Brazil. First time traveling alone. You. Oh, wow, that's awesome. How's it going so far, friend? Pretty good, but I got lost yesterday. You. Haha, same here. I got lost on my first day too, friend. At least now we know the way to the cafe. You. Exactly. You know what I mean? This simple moment, a few lines, a few smiles, is how friendship begins. Now shadow this dialogue 3 times. First time, copy the sounds. Second time, copy the rhythm. Third time, make it yours. Add your laugh, your tone, your real feeling, because that's what English conversation is. Emotion, rhythm, and humanity. Let's pause for a moment and reflect. You didn't use difficult grammar. You didn't memorize long sentences. You used natural energy. And that's what makes people want to keep talking to you. Fluency isn't about being perfect. It's about keeping the conversation alive. So next time you meet someone abroad, at a cafe, in class, or on the street, remember this: react with energy. Really? That's cool. Ask something simple. Do you like it here so far? Share something small. I tried local food. It was amazing. Keep it flowing. Anyway, that reminds me of stay human. Smile, laugh, enjoy the rhythm. You don't need perfect English to make friends. You just need curiosity, courage, and the rhythm of real connection. You've learned how to keep the conversation alive. Now let's turn confidence into something even bigger. Real friendship and real growth. You don't just speak English. You share yourself in English. That's the heart of everything we've practiced today. Speaking isn't about sounding perfect or memorizing rules. It's about connection, about letting someone see a little bit of who you are, even through small words. Let's look at how far you've come. You started this journey with a single hello. You learned how to sound friendly, not flat. You discovered that tone, not grammar, makes people feel welcome. Then you learned to keep it flowing, how to listen actively, react naturally, and share small pieces of your story. And now you understand that real friendship grows through rhythm, through every shared laugh, every "really?" shot, every "that's cool," that keeps the conversation alive. That's not just language learning. That's life learning. Let's say these reflection phrases together and shadow them 3 times with me. Feel the rhythm. Feel the confidence. I can connect in English. Every conversation helps me grow. I sound more natural every day. Each line reminds you that fluency isn't a finish line. It's a rhythm you live. And here's something most learners forget. Even native speakers make mistakes, pause to think, or use filler words like "you know" or "I mean." The difference is they keep talking. They trust the flow. You can too, because every conversation you have, whether it's a chat at a cafe, a short talk after class, or a quick "Hey, how are you?" with a stranger, is practice. You're not just learning English anymore. You're living in English. So here's your challenge for this week. Record your next shadowing practice. Pretend you're meeting a new friend abroad. Maybe you're in a cozy coffee shop. Maybe at a bus stop. Listen, repeat, smile. Shadow not just the words, but the energy. Then, listen to your recording. Notice your tone, your emotion, your confidence. You'll hear it. That small growing spark that says, "I'm connecting." Remember, every time you shadow, your voice gets stronger, and so does your courage. Every time you repeat a phrase, it becomes a part of you. You started this lesson afraid to say hello. Now, you can start a real conversation and keep it alive. That's fluency, not perfection, but connection. So keep shadowing. Keep smiling. Keep sharing little pieces of your life in English. And soon you won't just speak English. You'll live it. Because when your words carry kindness and confidence, you don't just make friends abroad, you make the world a little smaller, one sentence at a time.